Every old house has a story, but some have more chapters than others.
Sherry Honeycutt dug into a seemingly forgotten book that took her across the southeast Missouri, uncovering little-known stories of the Heartland's Black history. She's live in the studio now with more.
Jeff and Molly, for the past 6 months, I've been uncovering these incredible stories. It starts with the Green Book, published in 1936 for African Americans traveling during Jim Crow laws. I wanted to know if these places are still here.
I thought it would be a simple trip to Poplar Bluff, 3 addresses to visit, but none of them were there. 426 Short Oak, an empty lot. And at 1800 North Alice, all you'll find is a water tower. And Margaret Street, well,
never existed as far as we can tell.
Dennis Avery is the city planner. When I came to him with all of this, he pulled out the blueprints.
Would there have ever been a house right here?
It would have had to have been removed prior to 1928 for it to have existed there.
It didn't make sense to me, but Avery had another idea.
I think they are references for meeting points.
But Avery says there was a place for travelers to stay.
There is a house on Short Fifth that was a black boarding home. We can't find accurate records as to when that was in use for that purpose, but we do know that it existed.
Even though any connection to the Green Book seems to be gone, Avery says it's an important part of Poplar Bluff's history.
It's a good thing to know that we didn't just start doing the right thing a few years ago. We've been doing it for a long time.
An hour east of Poplar Bluff, in Charleston, I had more luck.
Right there.
Okay, that's it, 311 South Elm.
The Creole Cafe sat at the intersection of what is now Cy Williams Avenue and West Marshall Street. Run by Helen Curran and her husband. Miss Curran's son, Marshall, grew up in an apartment above the restaurant.
Everyone came to the cafe on the weekends. It was a restaurant, it was a dance hall, it was a barber shop, it was a pool hall, and a hotel. Just imagine about 300 people coming in and dancing and just having a good time.
Marshall says his mother's door was always open.
Everyone was welcome. Black, white, red, blue, or green, you know, you was welcome. It was a spot where people knew they could come there and enjoy themselves and not be hassled or, you know, not have any problems.
Helen Curran not only ran the cafe, but she was the first black woman on the school board, Woman of the Year, and a leader in the NAACP during an uncertain time.
We might get a phone call at 2 o'clock in the morning, you know, people threatening to come here and blow the place up and stuff like that.
At the restaurant?
Yeah. They was just, you know, idle threats.
Looking back, Marshall says the Green Book puts a lot in perspective.
I wasn't aware of the book, but as you explained it, why this book was published, you know, to help travelers out, I could see our restaurant being in the book. Started actually from about right here to where that post is. That's how long it was.
Marshall took me out to the spot where the Creole Cafe used to stand. It closed in the 1970s when his parents retired, and the land was sold to make way for government housing.
Every time I see this, you know, I think about it, you know. But it's sad that, you know, it's not here anymore, but I still have the memories, you know. That's something that I'll always have.
This journey is not over. My next stop is in Cape Girardeau. Tonight on Heartland News at 10, I'll show you a home that's provided a safe night's sleep for travelers, and you'll meet the family who lives there now. Live Local Now, Sherry Honeycutt, Heartland News.